Well, it feels like a while since I've talked with you, but I've had some exciting things happen lately. I've shipped a number of paintings to Madrid, Spain, to a gallery there called Monac Gallery. They invited me to show at the Monaco Art Fair, so a few pieces went there, and then be showing my work in that gallery for a while. And then I also had the great opportunity to take new paintings to a new gallery in Chateau Lake Louise called Art of Man Gallery. And since we were delivering those paintings, my husband decided to take an RV trip across Canada. So I've done a number of little plein air paintings that I'd like to share with you. And it made my trip really appreciate our beautiful land. You know, when you have to sit in a car for a long trip across the prairies, you start to appreciate the light and how it changes, and even the subtle undulations of the land. And then you come across great mountains, and they're so grandiose and remind you of how little we really are, and you just appreciate different forms that you come across, natural forms where the light plays along, and it's really inspiring, and trying to capture that with different colors and a brushwork to make it lyrical. So I'll show you a little paintings that I happened to stop at Bow Valley, and it was really nice in the evening to see the turquoise waters of the Bow River there in Alberta, Canmore area. That was our first stop. And then we went quite far across the prairies quickly to pick up our son in Winnipeg, and we went all the way to Lake of the Woods and camped in a little campground off Kenora. And I did manage to actually paint a few of the lakes there that were lovely. These little tiny islands along these lakes, and they remind me of like little dreams, you know, that you can paddle to, and it may seem far away, but it's something that we can appreciate and have enjoyable times there at lakeshore areas. So I did a quick little painting in the car actually of the Lake of the Woods area. The group of 7 painted there, and I always wanted to go to Ontario to see that area, and so we were fortunate to do that with nice weather and camping. And then the prairies come along, and I thought I'd miss the ocean, but the grasses waved away, and they came in as lyrical waves of different highlighted yellows and blues and purples, and it was just like a little ocean of warm colors welcoming us through the prairies. And the skies are endless. They just kept changing, and amazing cloud formations there across Manitoba and Saskatchewan. And we ended up in Grasslands, Saskatchewan in the south. That was an intriguing place because the light in the evening just went across these low hills, and there's actually like desert area, very windy. And the amazing colors that reflected on the base of those clouds in the evening, I just had to paint. So there's little campsites there with yurts and campers, and we were able to stay at this lovely quiet spot before we headed back to BC. So we had a really nice, relaxing time, even though there was a lot of driving. It was great to be with family. Picked up our other son in Regina, and then our last stop was in BC at Otter Lake. What happens with plein air paintings is that you get the first gestures and capture the light if you can. And this would have been within a few minutes, and then within about 15 minutes you can get some of the major forms of the background or the foreground, and a bit of the color that you might twinkle in the lake or in the sky. And then that's about it. The sun changes, the sun goes down, or you have to go and get warm by the fire and have something to eat. But you can bring these home and then see where they might need more paint, little highlights, or just added a little more color. And I hope to show you that how I might work on a plein air painting after it dries when I bring it home. But again, I'm just happy to be back here painting in BC, and I hope to do a lyrical expression in the woods as well. And just thank you for following me, and you can check out my website, janeappleby.com, for the latest. Thanks so much.